The top 10 reasons everyone needs a bug-out bag.
My name is H.E. Coleman, and for the past 4 years I've been studying emergency management, which is a fancy way for saying, if this happens,
what you gonna do when shit hits the fan?
I'll know what to expect. I'm also a tarot reader, so believe me when I tell you that shit happens. Still not convinced? Here are the top 10 reasons why everyone needs a bug-out bag.
A bug-out bag is a backpack filled with emergency supplies which you can take with you if you need to leave in a hurry. Everyone in the family should have one.
Number 1. Fire.
82% of Americans have not practiced a fire drill for their home, and I'm sure those numbers are the same for pretty much every nation. 80% of people believe they have 5 minutes or more to escape from a fire, but in reality, fire departments tell us that the average time you have to escape from the smoke is less than 2 minutes. It's the smoke that will overwhelm you so you can't see that makes it difficult to get out of the house. So if a fire happens, you need to grab a bag, grab your family, and get out quickly.
Number 2. Floods and tsunamis.
Floods are the most common and most deadly of all natural disasters. Moving water can be strong enough to push through cars and destroy buildings. Floodwaters can contain sharp or harmful debris, fuel, and sewage, and stagnant water causes mold and or disease.
Number 3. Dangerous storms.
Dangerous storms happen all the time. Massive storms can cause flooding, power outages, and there's more than 1,000 tornadoes every year. The average government warning time for a tornado is only 13 minutes. Tornadoes can move at speeds of 10 to 70 miles per hour.
Number 4. Epidemics.
Epidemics are a serious threat for the future. About 50 to 100 million people died of the Spanish flu in just 1 year, 1918. If an outbreak occurs, you may want to go to an isolated area quickly, and you'll want to have a bag that you can grab on the way there. Terrorists and governments have been using biological illnesses as weapons since before the year 400 BC. Also, with the growing population and the ease of travel, things like the swine flu, Ebola, the avian flu, and massive just yearly flus and colds are just going to be getting worse. And this is a movie called The Flu. You should check it out. It's really good.
저는 지금 꼭 안으로 들어가야 됩니다.
Number 5. Zombies.
From what we know about zombies, 4 out of 5 will eat your brains given the chance. Fair warning, zombies will eat you even if you're rich and or hot. Seriously though, plants, drugs, and cell phones already exist which can create zombie-like behavior in insects, animals, and humans. So if you're surrounded by zombies or people on cell phones, you may want to grab your bag and get away as quickly as possible.
Number 6. Hostile takeovers.
Whether it's bug infestations, loud people, annoying acquaintances, nosy neighbors, chemical spills, or awful in-laws, you never know when you might suddenly need to leave because of a hostile guest.
She's so creative.
Oh.
The wolf spider can carry up to 100 babies on its back, and the huntsman spider is bigger than your hand. Those are reasons enough to suddenly leave the house, grab your bug-out bag, and go.
Oh my God, she's dead. We gotta go. We gotta go.
Number 7. Earthquakes and collapses.
Scientists say that there are more than 20,000 recorded earthquakes each year. California and Alaska have an average of 50 small earthquakes per day. At least 100 earthquakes each year are serious enough to cause building collapses, tsunamis, and massive landslides.
Oh, Dios!
Number 8. Military takeovers.
Military takeovers can mean either another country is invading you or your government is declaring martial law, which sometimes can be helpful in an emergency and sometimes can go too far. Military takeovers have occurred in more than 20 countries, including the US, Canada, Australia, Ireland, and many more. War, rebellion, and disasters are all justifications for the government to declare martial law. Under martial law, a leader and the military can take away your civil rights, including freedom of speech, freedom of assembly, freedom of the press, your home, your food, your internet, and they can imprison you indefinitely.
I was arrested and tortured by the rebel militia after the desert uprising.
Right. Well, you know the drill then. Zip it. You can't arrest him simply because he's a bloody immigrant.
Take your hands off my lobby boy!
Number 9. Sudden acts of violence.
He must have suffered some kind of a complete mental breakdown. He ran amok and killed his family with an axe.
You can rest assured, Mr. Ullman, that's not going to happen with me.
Violence can happen anywhere at any time, usually without warning. In 28% of break-ins, the victims are home, and 7% of those victims are assaulted. Every single day, at least 5 people are murdered by their spouse.
It's been a crazy day, hasn't it?
I think we can handle one little girl.
1 in 3 women have been beaten, abused, or coerced into sex against their will. The best thing you can do in a possibly violent situation is to get your bag and get out as quickly as possible.
Number 10. Aliens.
It's like a chess. First they're positioning their pieces, using this one signal to synchronize their efforts. And then what? Checkmate.
In my book, I talk about aliens, so it's obvious that I believe they exist. Meteorites have been found that have microorganisms on them, proving that life does exist elsewhere. And some planets, like Mars, contain water, which is one of the main building blocks of life.
God, I hope they bring back Elvis!
UFO sightings have been reported by millions of people since 1450 BC. Astronomers have created a list of 17,129 nearby solar systems that could support complex alien life. Aliens do exist. Some of them are friendly, and some of them are not.
You mustn't stop me. He's my lover and I have to kill him.
Now, I'm not saying you have to go to extremes, but if you're prepared, you'll be a lot more comfortable, and it just might help to save your life. I hope this has been helpful. I don't think it's a good idea to dwell on the negative, but I do think that you should be ready, because that way you can enjoy life a little more, knowing that if something happens, you'll be prepared. Okay? Good luck, and have a great life. Number 9, zombies. Number 8, zombies. 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 Zombies and killer clowns. Oh, shit. Aliens.